Progression in Minecraft sucks. No, it does not. When players say Minecraft progression sucks, they are talking about the typical progression of the game. Stone to iron, iron to diamond, and diamond to netherite. It is simple, intuitive, but certainly not the only form of progression in the game. To find out if Minecraft progression truly sucks or not, we have to answer the question, what type of game even is Minecraft? Survival, sandbox, combat, adventure, open world? Answer, all of them. And yet players still just focus on the combat part of the game. Along with that, there are many types of players, ranging from the builder to the overly annoying restaurateur who will spend 2 hours explaining how their restaurant build is all smaller, more compact and objectively better than yours. So the statement that Minecraft progression sucks is just wrong, even though that's the literal thumbnail of this very video. Along with the points that I talked about, it should be noted that Minecraft is not a game that follows the typical progression. It is a game that provides you the freedom to do anything whenever you want. Want to speedrun your way to the Ender Dragon in under 7 minutes? You can do that if you can. What, you don't want to do that? Instead you want to build a hyper efficient 2 million drops in our iron farm? Guess what? You can do that too. It's an intentional design of the game that makes the game what it is today. And stating that it is flawed because it doesn't suit a tiny part of the community is just being ignorant. If you can't tell, this video is not a Minecraft hate video, and if you expected that, leave an angry comment letting out all your frustration on this very video, but not before learning where Minecraft progression truly needs improvement and how it can be fixed quite easily. Totems are a staple in every most hardcore playthroughs, giving you an extra life on death with each one. They're also one of the easiest items to farm in the whole game. Even ignoring how illegal this would be in hardcore mode, in normal survival they just eliminate all your fear of getting blown up by a creeper and losing your entire inventory worth of sea pickles. Why did I have an entire inventory worth of sea pickles? Well, I don't know, maybe I was trying to lure some dolphins or something. Do dolphins even like sea pickles? Even in combat they can be damaging. Well, except to the players using it. But to the overall combat experience. With netherite alone, PvP duels can last more than the entire storyline of One Piece. Probably. And with totems you might as well wait for the next GTA game or something. The only way this will end if a player's item breaks. But with unbreaking, mending and players just generally having more than one set of armor, the chances are root over -1. You have to be a real nut to understand that joke. A simple way to fix this issue is to simply make the totem non-farmable and let them be dropped more rarely from evokers, both in raid and in their hometown. Because changing the core function of the totem, that is cheating death, can strip it of all purpose that it provides, making it useless. For example, imagine after activating the totem, you were given no potion effects. This would certainly make the totem less powerful, at the expense of you dying in lava the second you thought you were safe from it. Another suggestion I have heard from players is to have a totem cooldown, just like we have a cooldown for the ender pearl. This would make it so you essentially have one totem at all time, which is great for saving your world, but not too overpowered to give you the confidence to defeat the warden. And to some players who will say, I don't want to fear about dying and losing all my stuff. Well, for that you can just enable keep inventory. Remember, it is not allow cheats, it is allow commands. Speaking of cheating, the next item should be cheating, and I'm surprised how it isn't already. Now before covering some ways to quote unquote fix the elytra, let's talk about vertical and horizontal progression, which I first learned from the Geek Factor. Let me explain them using Minecraft's item as example. Vertical progression is the progression that we find in Minecraft. Stone tool to iron tools to diamond tools to netherite tools, aka the progression that follows a linear direction. Whereas horizontal progression is all about having choices. Say for example the trident and the sword. It gives us a choice between the two, and even though you will most probably use a sword or an axe to chop your opponent, it's all about having choice that defines two separate ways to improve your character in game. Horizontal progression is far better of a progression than vertical progression, specifically in Minecraft, and for one major reason: it promotes choice. Minecraft encourages creativity and for the players to do whatever the hell they want, where horizontal progression complements that. Vertical progression makes you feel like you have to grind for the next hour for the best set of armor, which will remain as good as today compared to like another 15 years probably. And we do see horizontal progression in many places, for example with fortune and silk touch, with different types of potion in different situations. And there's elytra. Yep, these late game pairs of stolen wings are the best transportation method in the entire game, period. It doesn't have a linear path of progression, no. It has an exponential path where literally every other form of transportation doesn't even live in the deepest, darkest pits of hell. And elytra lives outside the graph quoting, nah, Adwin. I don't wanna beat on the dead horse and say elytra is overpowered, because it absolutely is. What I'm going to say is that it's also kind of not. Without elytra, many things in Minecraft will become comparatively more annoying and tedious. We can't just nerf the elytra and buff other form of transportation because instead of having one overpowered item, we would have like 7. Excluding donkeys, I just hate them for no reason. To fix the elytra, we have to answer the question, in what situation should we use the elytra? Should we use it for traveling short distances, long distances, vertical distances? The answer is in black and white. It's a shade of grey, literally. Well, elytra shouldn't be used for short distances, as horses, camels and good old sprinting is for that. And we can encourage that by reducing, let's say, 10 durability with each takeoff. This would make it so you want to stay airborne for as long as possible. Hence, elytra should be used for longer travels. However, it should be slower than minecart, which should be used for traveling frequently visited areas. Say your home base to your hyper efficient 2 million drops an hour iron farm. And for vertical distances, I don't really care. Ladder sucks. I can go on and on for another length of this video, emphasizing how, for example, shields are overpowered for long distance combat, how bamboo is way too easy to farm as a wood source, how fletching table is a glorified decorative block, and how you should commit mass genocide on the donkey race. Let's be honest, those are Redditors' job to argue about.